B-U-P-A. Woohoo! Rowie, what are you carrying on about? B-U-P-A for me stands for beautiful, understanding, passionate, powerful, positive. I like to add a few things in there. And this great word called action. Now, when you take action, is it likely that your life is more likely to be amazing and awesome? So BUPA for today goes like this. Be a beautiful person. What does that mean? Does it mean I've got great hair, great skin, great nails, good posture, and I could be a supermodel? Possibly. But I'm sure you've met some people that are beautiful physically. They've got great hair, great skin, great nails. They're technically beautiful according to what the world thinks is beautiful. But when you look into their eyes, there's not beautiful there on the inside. Because is it possible that beautiful shines from the inside, regardless of how imperfect you are? And I'm sure you've met people like that where you've thought they're not the orthodox beautiful. They don't look, they may not be tall, they may not have beautiful skin, they may not have great posture, they may not have all the things that we think are beautiful. But they are just gorgeous people. And it's interesting because the word beautiful is not usually related to men, it's usually related to women. But I say this on a regular basis. You are such a beautiful man. Now, I have a beautiful husband and he's a man. But I have lots of men in my life who are just beautiful men. They're great fathers. They're respectful of their partner. They are providers and protectors of their family. They look after people that aren't part of their family. They're just lovely people. They've got a great sense of humour. They take responsibility. They don't gossip or criticise or pull people down. They're just beautiful people. So there's a great question to ask. Am I beautiful on the inside and it shines on the outside? And regardless of how I look on the outside, it's one of the quotes that I often use. When you smile, your brain doesn't know the difference between a fake smile and a real smile. So if you're having a tough time, just stick a big smile on your dial, and you'll feel better because your brain registers, I've put my mouth up that way, I've barred my teeth, and that's called smiling, so I need to feel better. You know what people say to me, Rowie, I've got terrible teeth, I don't want to smile. Guess what? When you've got a beautiful big smile on your face, people don't care what your teeth look like. They're just so happy that you have added value to their life, and that's what a smile does. So my great question is, are you beautiful on the inside and the outside? Do you want to be? And if not, what do you need to do to become beautiful on the inside and the outside? And there's a great quote that goes with that. Accept the things that you cannot change, change the things that you can, and ask for the wisdom and knowledge to know the difference. So there's things about your human body that you cannot change. How tall you are, the width of your shoulders, the width of your hips, that's just your bone structure. You can't change that. But if you want to look different, if you want to look more beautiful, is it possible that a smile on your face will add a beautiful fashion accessory? Is it possible that good posture will make all clothes look better? Is it possible that if you're healthy, fit and strong, you will have great hair, great skin, great nails? You will have a more positive attitude. And is it possible that a positive attitude shines out of your face? It shines out of your entire body. So if you want to be a beautiful person, that is a choice, regardless of how you look. Isn't that awesome? The next part of that, of course, is our relationship with other people. And my ultimate word for that is understanding. I'm an understanding person. But I was taught a very long time ago, and I'm very privileged for this, that understanding doesn't come in this format. I completely understand how you feel, or I understand what you're going through. I understand you. I was taught that that is the ultimate disrespect of what somebody's actually going through. And I'll give you an example of that. This is how I started studying this process. I had a lady come to my health club and her mother had just died of Alzheimer's, of dementia. And I said to her, I completely understand what you're going through. My father died of Alzheimer's, died of dementia. And I'm very privileged because this lady absolutely booted my ass. She said, you've got no idea what I'm going through. The relationship between a father and a daughter is completely different than a mother and a daughter. Don't try and pretend what I'm going through. And I was so grateful for that because it's so true. I don't know what she was going through. Had another lady come to my health club. I've managed many health clubs around the world. She was 5 foot tall and over 100 kilos. And in her words, not mine, she said, I'm easier to jump over than walk around. We had a great relationship from the beginning. She took 9 times to come into my health club. She said, I got into the car, got back out of the car, went into the house. Got into the car, put my seatbelt on, went back into the house. Next day I tried driving to the corner, went back into the house. I don't want to go to the gym, don't want to go to the gym. I'm not the person that goes to the gym. Cut a very long story short, she finally came into the health club. We welcomed her into the club and said, thank you so much for coming. It's lovely to see you. Have you been here before? And she said, yeah, well, actually, I've tried 8 other times. Here I am on my 9th time. So me, thinking I could understand what she was going through, 100 kilos, 5 foot tall, I put her in with one of the personal trainers, one of the exercise professionals, who wasn't the typical ripped abdominals, tight butt cheeks, you know, the perfect body person. She was a bigger person. And the next thing I get is this big bang on my office door. I was managing the health club, and this gorgeous woman came out and she said, get me away from that stupid girl. Like really angry. And I said, hey, tell me what's going on. She said, that stupid girl, she told me that she completely understands what I'm going through because she's fat too. Now, Gina was just around about 100 kilos, maybe bigger. This other girl was about 80 kilos. Not that weight matters, but if you're 100 kilos or more, what is 80 kilos? It's your dream weight. It's what you want to be. If only I could be 80 kilos. But this, and I'll say stupid girl in her words, in Gina's words, she didn't understand, of course. Now, she wasn't being mean. She wasn't being nasty. She wasn't that kind of a person. But if you ever say to somebody, I completely understand what you're going through, you actually don't. Even if you've been in that same situation, you're not that person with their background, with their culture, their life experience. So what's the solution to that? And this is the ultimate communication tool, and I use it every single day. I don't understand what you're going through, but I want to. Because I care about you, because I love you, I want to. Whether you sell houses or cars, or you are a parent, or you're a teacher or a boss, or you, doesn't matter what relationship or human connection you're in or whatever you're making. If you're in an argument with somebody and you say, oh, you just don't understand. That is usually what happens in arguments, isn't it? You just don't understand. How about this? No, I don't. I'm the mother, you're the daughter. I'm the wife, you're the husband. I've got no understanding what you think or how you feel. But because I love you, I want to understand. And I'm sharing that with you because I've had a very special experience just recently where a mum came to me and she said, Rowie, I've been fighting with my teenage daughter constantly. Just these horrible, nasty, yucky arguments. And I took your idea on board. And she said, the next time I had an argument with my daughter, I just said, look, I don't understand what you think or what you feel. I'm the mother, you're the daughter. How could I possibly understand? But because I love you, I want to. So please tell me what you're going through. I want to understand. She said it was the best thing that's ever happened to our relationship. If you're in a relationship with another person and you're having a fight with them, and I'll use males and females because this is a classic. I don't understand a man's headspace. How can I? I'm a woman. How can a man understand a woman's headspace? He can't. He's a man. But imagine that in a relationship where you say, I don't understand where you're coming from because you're the man and I'm the woman, but I love you, so please tell me what you're going through. Is it possible that your relationships would be better? Is it interesting that in a world where ordinary, average, be the same as everybody else, follow the crowd, it seems to be the way we're going. Social media has given us a set of references that this is how you should dress, this is how you should be. Well, I want to be a powerful, passionate, positive person. How about you? I'm going to tell you a story about powerful, passionate and positive. I was 13 years of age. I was in high school and a survey went around my school. I'm thinking about it carefully because it was a pretty horrible experience, but an awesome experience at the same time. 2 of the most popular girls in my school sent a survey around my school. Now, they were really pretty, both of them. They were really good at sport and really good at academics, which at my school was really important. And for some reason, they didn't like me. So they sent a survey around my school, which was, if you like Rowie Tick, yes, and if you don't like Rowie, tick no. And they came to me at the end of the day with this big pile of paper, about 450 because it was the whole school. And they said, see, Rowie, everybody hates you. And I went home with the pile of paper that said everybody hates you. Now, there was no social media back then, so all I can say is I respect those girls because at least they had the courage to come to my face. Now people do bullying like that on social media, on the internet, and they haven't even got the courage to tell you who they are. But anyway, I went home, and I'm a fairly logical person, and even though I was only 13 or 14, I understood that weak people pick on weaker people. Strong people don't pick on anybody, and weak people never pick on strong people. So I had to take responsibility that they must have thought I was pretty weak. So I decided from that day forward that I was going to be a powerful, passionate, positive person. Powerful, passionate, positive person. Now, it sounds like a mantra of a rah-rah motivational speaker, but for a 13-year-old girl, that was a pretty powerful thing to say to myself, and I've lived by that mantra every single day since. I went back to school the next day, I looked them both in the eye, and I said, because of you, I am now a powerful, passionate, positive person stamped to my foot, and I say it every day. I wake up in the morning and I say, I am a powerful, passionate, positive person. It doesn't fall out of the sky in a pretty pink box, though. You have to live it, you have to breathe it, you have to be it. And it's very simple to be powerful, passionate and positive if you don't fit in with the crowd, if you don't follow the crowd, if you don't want to be average or normal. And I use this as a very fun side note. I love being called a control freak, and I obviously and regularly am called a control freak because I am in full control of my life. And I'm not normal, I'm not average, which of course makes me a freak, because the opposite to normal is freakish. The opposite of having people control your life is to be in control of your own life. Take full responsibility. So I love being a control freak. I'm in full control of my life, and I'm not normal or average. I'm a powerful, passionate, positive person. And this is one of the fun things when... as I've got my own style. I hope you do too. Fashion's designed to go out of style. Style never goes out of fashion. So if you have your own style, if you don't follow the crowd, you will stand out from the crowd, and of course people will try and pull you down. Some people respect that, but a lot of people they're threatened by it. So I'll often go somewhere dressed in a certain style, and I have my own very unique and different style, and I hear people say in the background, who does she think she is? Well, there's a great answer to that question. I know who I am. I have my own style, and I'm a powerful, passionate, positive person. How about you? Who are you? What do you stand for? What do you believe in? What would you die for? And then don't sacrifice or compromise that. Be who you are and love that person. My next very favourite word now in my BUPA, beautiful, understanding, powerful, passionate, positive, is be an action-oriented person, which will make you awesome and amazing. If you don't take action, nothing happens. People say to me as an exercise professional, when I'm motivated, I'll exercise. Isn't it possible it's the opposite? When you exercise, when you take action, you are more likely to be motivated to do more. The less you do, the less you feel like doing. Every action you take gives you some kind of driving force to go forward. Every step you take makes you better and stronger. Every step you don't take makes you weaker. So I'm all about action. And people, I'll put it in a different word. Discipline for me is do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. And the first two parts of that are quite irrelevant, aren't they? Do what you should do. We all know what we should do. When you should do it. We all know when we should do it. We shouldn't put it off until tomorrow. We shouldn't procrastinate. We shouldn't should all over ourselves. There's another thing to consider. But if I do what I should do when I should do it, even if I don't feel like it, if I'm hot, if I'm cold, if I'm stressed, if I don't have time, if I think I haven't got enough money, if I take action anyway, am I more likely to improve whatever situation I'm in? It's the action that we take. And we often say, oh, but I'm going to regret my action. Is it more likely that we're going to regret what we didn't do rather than what we did do? Because everything that we do, and this is another one of my favourite quotes, there's no winning and losing. There's just winning and learning. There's no bad decisions. There's just a decision. And whatever decision I make, I take the action. If it doesn't turn out right, well, now I learn from that. But if I didn't do anything, I can't learn. So I have to be an action-oriented person, and I love being able to say that. I take action on my health, my career, my relationships, my financial situation. I'm an action-oriented person. But of course, those two next words, which is awesome and amazing, and vernacular is something that I've accused of. Rowie, you've got your own weird vernacular. Yeah, I do. I have a vocabulary that's very different from most people. And I'll just give you an example. You ready? May your Mondays be magical. May your Tuesdays be terrific. May your Wednesdays be very wow. And your Thursdays be thankful. May your Fridays be a fun day. May your Saturdays be super. May your Sundays be sparkly. Because you choose them to be. It's my favourite song and I sing it every day, and I sing it. I still teach a community exercise class. It's called Fight Fit for Fun, and I get my whole class to sing it. The last part of that song is the most important because you choose it to be. Every day can be awesome if you choose it to be. So yes, I have changed the names of the days of the week because I don't want to have Mondayitis. Magical dayitis. Itis is inflammation of, and I like to have inflammation of the magical. Terrific day Tuesday, wow day Wednesday, thankful day Thursday, fun day Friday, super day Saturday, sparkle day Sunday. I sing that song because, and I would love to change the names of the days of the week because I think they're all really boring. Awesome and amazing is the opposite to average and ordinary. So whatever you're doing, and I'll go through them again. Are you a beautiful person on the inside and the outside? Are you changing the things that you can so that you can be beautiful on the inside and the outside? And I get sidetracked because I get so excited, but I'm just going to give you the simpleness of being healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life. Get puffed to get fit, lift heavy to get strong. Do it safely so you don't get bored. Do it safely so you don't get injured, and do it short so you don't get bored. That, for me, is a mantra. And as you can see my stumble in my words, I say it every day. If you're really fit and if you're really strong, will life be different? And that, of course, is a choice. If you're fit and strong, the byproduct of that is you'll have a healthy, fit, strong body, great hair, great skin, great nails, a fast metabolism. You'll be able to eat great food. When it comes to food, it's very simple. What do I eat, Rowie? How about eat what you love, don't eat what you don't like? Don't eat foods that have been screwed with by humans. Mostly stuff in a jar and a box has got too many chemicals and it's been over-processed. But healthy headspace is really important too. So eat real food, stuff that grows in the ground and runs on the ground, or a combination of both. But also the foods that you love. Why would you not have the foods that you love? Why on earth would you have somebody tell you you can't have, mustn't have, don't have, shouldn't have? You'll either eat it and feel guilty or be angry that you can't have it. What a ridiculous way to live. When you've got a fit, strong body, you've got a strong endocrine hormonal system, which means that you can't eat too much anyway because you eat when you're hungry, you stop eating when you're full. So the whole be healthy, fit and strong thing is very simple. Have a career or business that you love, keep getting better at it, and whatever job you're in at the moment, be the best at it. Because if you're really good at what you do, you'll get paid more, you'll be given more responsibility, you'll be promoted. That's a very simple process. Financial freedom comes from being really good at what you do. When you're passionate about your career path, when you add massive value to people's lives by your product or service, when you keep getting better at what you do, financial freedom is automatic. You get paid more, you earn more money, you make more sales. It's that simple. And then the fourth one, which I always include in great relationships, is you must get rid of the yucky people out of your life, the ones that are negative, criticising, gossiping, injecting your brain with yuck. Get them out of your life. And if they're your family, you might have to go less often and don't stay very, very long. But why would you have crappy people in your life? It's a really important question. I had a psychologist who used to be a member at one of my health clubs, and she put that into a conversation once that no one was real comfortable with. The horrible people in your family, whether it's your partner or your parents or your kids or whoever in your family is not adding value to your life. Her question was, if they weren't your family or your friends or your parents, would you still have them in your life? Would you accept that kind of behaviour from a stranger? And if the answer is no, then is it time to have a real serious look at your relationships, because life is too short to have horrible people in your life. So, are you beautiful? Are you an understanding person? Not I understand how you feel, but I want to understand. So please explain. Please tell me what you're going through. Be a powerful, passionate, positive person every single day, because you are healthy, fit and strong, and because you have a career or business that you love, and because you're adding massive value to the world. And then rather than I can't do it, it's too hard, I'm too busy, I'm too stressed, I'll do it tomorrow. How about be an action-oriented person? Because if you take action, you'll get better results. And if you get great results, you're more likely to feel awesome and amazing. Beautiful, understanding, powerful, passionate, positive, action-oriented, awesome, amazing person. Could that be a great way to live your life to the max? Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max. Check out my snowy mountain, it's beautiful. Woo!